Cohen has filed a 13D. Nothing's changed, and yet, including myself, people are like, you know what? Maybe they are actually going to pull this off. But the thesis itself, it remains almost totally unchanged. But it feels like we're getting close to, you know what? Now that's psychological aspect. You got the fundamental case, and the technicals are almost right there, and then the sentiment changed, and then that's it. And even if think about all the fundamental research I've done, that you've done, how much time has passed. Isn't this kind of a little bit frustrating? Well, like I was buying it back here, you know what I mean? And you could be buying it right here, and then nothing changed. It's only gotten better. The thesis has only gotten stronger. And we're closer to the consoles, and you could have just waited this out. You could have just waited it out. You know what I mean? Like, look, is this the weekly? It barely got above 50 on the RSI back then. You might have just been like, yeah, let's just wait, let's just see what happens, and then it sells off. Then it never breaks above it. You're just waiting. And now then you could get involved here, and it's happening to coincide with this. It's seemingly happening to coincide with this change in sentiment. It's a little bit frustrating as a value investor, but I've just accepted that this kind of shit works at times. You know what I mean? We'll see. But what is okay? Now I'm going around just talking about. Now I'm talking about anything, huh? Let's get this good beer. Just nice to have an update for a change. You know, even though one update, who gives a shit? No one cares, right? Who cares? Okay. So what the hell else happened today? You know what I mean? I actually really don't know what else happened today. I did see the market was down today, right? Oh, NASDAQ was up. Oh, what did Tesla do? Oh, was Tesla up big? I did see this, right? 12%. What's this? Is this the first day it was post-split? Did it split today, right? Oh, you know how I can tell? Watch this. If you do underscore, watch this. If you use stock charts, do underscore. Boom. See how the underscore adjusts it for share count. All right, so today's the first day. And so whatever. Everyone started piling in. Oh, this is a riot. Can't touch it. You can't. My only regret, and I've said this a number of times on stream, is not buying it right here. Or buying it on the pullback, number one, but then buying it right here, and then buying it last year too. There's like been 3 or 4 solid opportunities to buy. I'm a value investor, right? GameStop's top position of the Roy Kitty portfolio, but you just heard me talk about technical analysis, right? Like, Tesla would not be a big heavy position for me because of the because of the speculative nature of it. But strictly technical analysis speaking, damn, this was bullish. Damn, this failed breakdown, and then when it broke out right here, super bullish. Do I have the right? What was that? It was it. Oh, right, it's split adjusted. Oh, I saw $86. I'm like, what? I'm not used to the new price. Super bullish. And then I mentioned this on the stream, but when it went up and when it came back down, it merely retested during March and April with all this uncertainty. All it did was retest the previous resistance, which is now support. Boom, super bullish. And then when it broke out to new time highs back in June, boom, super bullish. Now, it's unfortunate I wasn't doing the stream. You're going to have to take my word for it. It matters that I didn't pull the trigger on it. And all I can say, it's because there's a lot of moving parts. I couldn't keep up with anything. You see how many positions I got in the portfolio. I was just having a tough time tracking everything. But, I just bought that Bitcoin. I mean, a small position in Bitcoin and stuff, but or the trust, whatever the hell it is. So hopefully that shows you that I'm willing to pull the trigger on it. But look at this, 12% today. What the hell? What's the market cap? It's up after hours too. 464. What do you do with this? What the hell? The only thing you do is, I mean, there's not a recommendation right now. I can't touch this now. Because I talk about technical analysis. I need a special type of technical analysis type event to get my attention. This isn't for me, but day traders out there might be like, "Oh, you're still gonna buy this?" But me, I would just wait on this. But the only thing you can do is watch this, or buy at pullbacks, or you can short, but you need to wait for the right opportunity. The legit hasn't been an opportunity to short. Well, the only opportunity I can see to short. Never broke down. It never. When could you have done it? There was never a good time. You needed it to break through. I mean, I don't know these. It was like 250 or something, right? Wasn't it 250 pre-split? And you need a clean from. This is the technical analysts in me coming out, because this is how I don't. you can't. It's very difficult to short based on valuation. People have been short this whole time. It gets really frustrating. It's really difficult to time. So my approach to it, and I mentioned this, I plan on doing it more. I'm no shorting expert or anything like that, but I want to incorporate it more and more. And one of the things I've learned is that if you are going to incorporate it, you need to get the timing right. And it's actually a better short to short after it's fallen down more, which is like the opposite. This is why it's tough for value investors. It's the opposite of how you think. You buy when stock price goes down, you buy more and stuff like that. But this, you want to be sure that it's going down because sentiment is so positive. People are excited about Tesla. You know what I mean? Like people like the product and they're passionate about it. It gets really tough to short. I know it's easy for me to say now because of what's happened. So that's a fair critique. But for future reference, I'll mention this. Like you need to short something like that. You really need you need it to be clear that things have turned south. And what's the best way to do that is besides technical analysis. If you have a better way, but you can't do it on valuation. I've seen it fail so many times, and this is going to be ultimately a classic example of it failing. People talk about, I don't want to go down this path on this stream, but I've heard it mentioned that there are big, huge fraud and stuff like that. Enron-esque, right? So that I would say is a better one than valuation. That there's something fishy in the accounting metrics, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything like that, but I've heard it mentioned about the stock, and if that's the case, then I assume many people would view it as imminent. Which this would probably have to be frustrating for those people, because if that were the case, and we won't know for 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. This is the thing. Talk about reflexivity. Could Elon Musk will this to work out? Could he will this to work out because the stock price goes up? He attracts capital. Then they can actually. I think I mentioned. Did I mention that on the last stream? You could will it to. You could will it to work. And I said this about GameStop too. Yes, I definitely said it during the stream, because if GameStop, that stock price going up, and then Ryan Cohen makes the rounds and he's bidding up, you start attracting capital, and you can. Whereas 3 months ago, a turnaround in GameStop would be like non-zero chance, 2% chance, 5% chance. But then you start taking steps to change the narrative. The stock price goes up. You kind of will it to happen by This is why a management team caring. I've mentioned this on the stream too. A management team that cares is so important, because they effectively can keep prodding it and cause it to happen over time. And if you're short Tesla, we've never even mentioned Tesla. There's no position in Tesla on this stream. But if people were short Tesla, you'd have to be concerned about that. That's a risk that he might will it to happen. But I have no idea. 500 billion though. Oh, jeez. What do you do with this? I don't even know I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. I'm dialed into many companies. I'm not dialed into Tesla, but I assume it's a gigantic multiple to revenues. Right? I don't even want to look. Let me look. What's price to sales? 16. 16 times sales. 16 times sales. It's probably not even the craziest one out there. What's one that would be crazy? I don't even know. What's another one? Oh, isn't Nikola? Isn't that one? That's in the same. Oh, that's Zoom. Oh, did I just? Why does it do that? I hate when it does that. 104 times. There you go. Look at that. By accidental 104 times sales. So, it's up 23% after hours. Holy. Oh, they have a report. Oh. Good luck. Good luck shorting these companies on value. And I know it's just the nature of the current market. In a different market, it could be that these would work out. That's a fair point too. That it just depends on what type of market we're in as to what style's working, what style's not working. That's true. But that's what I think. You need to recognize what market you're in. What type of market are you in? And you're in a market where NASDAQ and tech is crushing it. And if you understand that, it takes time for it to be clear what type of market you're in. But it's been clear, right? I mean, it's been clear. Let's pull up 10 years or something. I mean, it's been clear. And you compare NASDAQ or the NASDAQ 100 to the S&P, it's been crushing it over 10 years, right? So this was the opportunity, and I said this before. If there was gonna be this rotation out of tech stock, that was it, and we just missed it, and it didn't happen. So you got to buy. You have to buy that, because that was the backdrop. The backdrop was tech is crushing it, partially for potentially good reason to voice no opinion on whether these are justifiable. It seems stretched, doesn't it? The sheer numbers of them, but just recognize what type of market you're in, and when it doesn't happen, whenever you think it could happen, that was super bullish. So I thought, you see it with the Nasdaq here, but I actually thought it with the market as a whole too. I'm like, all right, this is the opportunity for value, for everything to happen. And when it didn't happen, I got super bullish in March and April, super bullish. I bought everything. You know this. I mean, mentioned on the stream and the videos and stuff. I deployed everything. I'm like, this is the valuations and stuff too, but it didn't happen. So, new question from Jordan. What's up, Jordan? Let's see.